Today on Monkey Life. In Dao Tien, a group of misbehaving dukes previously released into the wild area need to be urgently relocated.
They've been harassing the keepers, quite predatory, leap on the gibbon cages.
Female golden-cheeked gibbon Tong's release is hampered by the weather, delaying her chance of meeting up with a new partner.
Because of the rain, the single male Fook has been quiet, so she doesn't know he's out there yet.
But in Dorset, rain doesn't stop play, as gibbons Kim and Tien celebrate being back in their wonderful tree-filled enclosure. Monkey World in Dorset, buried deep in the English countryside, is the largest sanctuary of its kind on the planet. The team, led by Dr. Alison Cronin, rescue and rehabilitate abused and unwanted primates from all over the world.
So far, so good. Nice job. Really nice job.
The park provides a home for more than 250 primates from 24 different species. At Monkey World's sister sanctuary in Vietnam, it's the rainy season. But that doesn't stop the team at Dao Tien continuing their goal of rescuing, rehabilitating, and ultimately releasing back into the wild some of the country's most endangered species. The island reserve within Cat Tien National Park is staffed by a dedicated Vietnamese team. They're led by Dr. Marina Kenyon, who's flown in from the UK to oversee two big releases. The first of which has been driven by a small group of misbehaving black-shanked dukes. The four, led by strapping male Peter, were released into the wild area on Dao Tien a few weeks ago. But as they've been embracing their freedom, they've become a bit troublesome, hanging around the gibbon enclosures, stealing food, and intimidating the lesser apes.
They showed us how clever they are, actually. They're hilarious. They've been harassing the keepers, quite predatory, leap on the gibbon cages and leap like this at the gibbons. The gibbons are submissive and afraid.
After urgent talks with the Vietnamese authorities, special permission has been granted for a rapid release of Peter, Anna and Quy into the Dong Nai Bioreserve, a forest perfect for dukes to survive and thrive. This will lessen the threat of coming into contact with people and the associated dangers.
2 days ago, we had meetings with the national park head, provincial head, to say we need to do a rapid release now. And everyone agreed, so today they go.
The fourth member of the group, Vu, is staying on Dao Tien. Marina and the team don't think he's ready to survive the rigours of the wild forest areas yet. He'll have another male duke for company, Simon, who also isn't ready for release. The three dukes have been crated up ready to be moved to their new home. It may only be a journey of 80 kilometres, but the team have to travel by boat and, once on the mainland, by truck, along slow and dangerous rough tracks where wild elephants roam. The last leg is an arduous trek through the jungle in hot, humid conditions. Finally, the team arrive at their destination. A temporary cage has already been placed in situ, ready for the three dukes.
Okay.
Peter, Anna and Quy are released into it.
So now we will leave them here tonight, and then tomorrow we come and check, and if all is well, we will let them go tomorrow.
Marina and the team head back to a nearby ranger station. Next morning, it's release day, and Marina is a little apprehensive.
We have never released a hand-reared animal before, ever. So before, when we release the gibbons, they come to the rescue centre small, but they are looked after by gibbons and go quickly. We have never released an animal that has had 1 or 2 years of care from the humans. So this is a huge step.
Peter was rescued from the pet trade as a young adult, but no one knows how old he was when he was taken from the forest. Anna and Qui were just weeks old when they arrived at Dao Tien. This is a huge moment for the Dukes, and an emotional one for the team.
It's incredible we have made it to this stage. A lot of work, but they're ready. So let's let them go.
It's nerve-wracking, but the team are ready and the release cage slide is opened. Confident Anna leads the trio out, heading straight up into the trees, followed closely by Peter and finally, Qui. Despite the unfamiliar surroundings, they're relaxed and their natural instincts take over. The team will be able to track them and monitor their progress over the coming weeks and months via Peter's GPS collar. Marina is confident the trio will thrive in the wild, despite their backgrounds.
I have 100% belief they can do it. And with Mr. Bin and Mr. Chow tracking them, if they have a problem, we will bring them back. But I don't think they will. I believe they will not have a problem and they'll do it.
As the three Dukes start a new chapter in their lives, back on Dao Tien, work continues as the team strive to rehabilitate more of the primates in their care. Wildlife vets regularly visit the island to check the health of recent arrivals, as well as long-term residents. The ultimate goal is to return those that are fit and strong enough back into the forests of Vietnam. Tong, a female golden-cheeked gibbon rescued in 2018, was found abandoned in a car park in Ho Chi Minh City before being brought to Dao Tien. At 7 years old, she's a strong, feisty character who loves being in the trees. But she needs a partner, and as luck would have it, the team may have just found one.
It just so happens as we were following Kizzy family and following the Dukes in the wild, we started to hear this single male. We tracked this single male, who we later called Phuc, and we mapped his area in the forest, his area without a lady. So we suddenly realised maybe we could place a female in this area where Phuc is hanging out.
Tong is the perfect fit. She's already had a final health check and been fitted with a GPS collar so they can follow her progress. A temporary release cage has been placed in an area of the forest where the lone male has been heard. But reaching the site is challenging due to heavy recent rains. The vehicle constantly gets stuck in the mud on the forest tracks, forcing the team to get out and push. After an arduous journey, they arrive, and Tong is let into the release cage. She'll spend the next 48 hours getting used to the sights and sounds of the forest. Two days later, Marina and the team are back in the area to check on Tong. But before they do, they head for a neighbouring vicinity to track the three recently released Dukes. Using the VHF radio beacon on Peter's collar, it doesn't take long to find them. Marina is delighted to discover Peter and Anna have stuck together and are looking after Qui. And she's pretty certain Anna is pregnant. The trio are eating a variety of leaves and fruits, including a type Marina hasn't seen before.
This is second breakfast for Qui and Anna and Peter this morning. We'll take it back with us to identify it. They're eating a little bit of this orange flesh and then the huge seed inside. So, not sweet at all, but not bitter, just a little bit of flesh.
Content the three are thriving, the team head for Tong's release cage.
Luckily, we're blessed with no rain, so it was easier to get here, and also not such a tough night for Tong. Because of the rain, the single male Phuc has been quiet, so he hasn't sung for 3 days, so she doesn't know he's out there yet. She just thinks, oh my God, where am I?
Because this is a single release, Tong will be on her own. But the team are hopeful the lone male will show up and join her, increasing her chances of survival. To help her get started, the team will supplement her diet for the first few days, or until they're satisfied she's eating the leaves and fruit that are naturally available. Time to see how Tong will react to her newfound freedom. She's straight up into the trees, searching for food, and doesn't seem fazed at all. She eats contentedly from the feeder and then munches on fresh leaves from the canopy. Marina is happy with Tong's reaction, but knows there's still a long way to go.
Now we rely on the GPS collar for the rest of the day, and then the team will come in tomorrow morning to find her, to provide her with breakfast in case she hasn't found enough. But most importantly, we just hope that Phuc will sing tomorrow, and then Tong will not be alone. Then the next adventure starts. What on earth is she going to think of this wild male singing?
Tong will be monitored by a team of dedicated rangers over the next year. But for Marina and the team, today's task is complete. And with more and more primates being rescued, work at Dao Tien continues. Back at the park in Dorset, a pair of golden-cheeked gibbons are also getting ready to be released into the trees. The primate care staff are doing final checks at Kim and Tien's large forest enclosure. Their new house isn't quite ready, but the enclosure has been renovated, with trees and undergrowth cut back and new fencing erected.
Obviously, they haven't been in this enclosure for a few months now, and even though they might be familiar with the trees and the furniture in the enclosure, it's always a good idea just to keep an eye on them, make sure that they can brachiate safely around. A few of the trees have been chopped down around the edges and a few branches cut back and things like that, so nothing majorly done to the big trees that they utilise, so hopefully it shouldn't be a problem.
Time to see what the two gibbons make of it all. Sarah opens up and the pair race out, with Kim leading the way. She's usually very food-orientated, but not today. Despite the rain teeming down, Kim is happy moving through the tree canopy, using the ropes as she brachiates from tree to tree, exploring and checking if anything's new in her territory. Tien goes straight to the pulley feeders, suspended high up above the ground. Gibbon's arms are perfectly adapted for eating in the high canopy, and he holds on with one while reaching into the feeder with the other and seizing a piece of cucumber. Satisfied with her inspection and with food now on her mind, Kim heads over to one of the feeders. At 19 years of age, Tien is 2 years older than his partner. They're a devoted couple who never stray far from each other. The rain has little effect on their daily lives. The dense canopy provides plenty of shelter. Golden-cheeked gibbons are native to Vietnam and Cambodia, so well adapted to the tropical monsoon climate.
Yes, absolutely ecstatic. The weather really doesn't bother any of us. Straight out, up into the trees. Happy that they're back. Hopefully they'll then settle into their routine, back to normal.
Kim and Tien aren't the only pair back outside today. Following the arrival of 4 male ring-tailed lemurs from a private collection in Kettering a few months ago, the primate care staff have been trying to integrate them with part of the existing troop at Malagasy. But the task is complicated by tensions in the established group, where the younger males assert their dominance, which doesn't go down well. There are lots of personalities and egos to manage. The main culprits responsible for the unrest are twins Kurt and Friedrich, who don't always see eye to eye with the park's older male lemurs and start fights. The pair, along with their friend Al, have been separated off for some time. They're currently living in the baboon house, which is awaiting arrivals from Lebanon. They haven't had any contact with the new lemurs, who are getting to know the park's old boys, Indiana, Sirius and Himal. The twin brothers and Al have had access to all of the baboon house and its tunnels, but today they're being allowed into one of the two outside enclosures.
It's a brand new enclosure for them. They have been inside for a little while, so we're hoping to see a little bit of energy, excitement, and yeah, there's nothing been in this enclosure yet apart from maintenance people and keepers, so it'd be nice to get some animals in it.
The enclosure is very different to Malagasy. It's a lot more open with far fewer trees.
They are the most terrestrial of lemur species, so they don't necessarily need a ton of trees, but there's a few things in here. You know, there's a couple of branches, it's quite large branches, there's plenty of stuff for them to climb on, but more importantly, there's a lot of space, so they're going to be able to burn off a bit of energy, forage around, and be lemurs. All right, boys.
The trio are a little cautious as they head along the tunnel system.
Go on.
Going out into a new large open space is a bit daunting. In the wild, lemurs would be wary of predators such as birds of prey and snakes. After a few tentative looks, they take the plunge and head in, sticking together and hugging the fence line as they start to investigate. With each other as backup, they gain confidence and head further into the enclosure to start exploring, making a beeline for the old stumps and trees. Al and Kurt even climb up to the highest point for a good look. Lemurs have good eyesight and an even better sense of smell.
You know, it's a brand new enclosure. They're taking time to figure out where the tunnels are, what they need to do to get in and out. And, you know, they're going around as a nice little trio. So, yeah, they're experiencing it all together, which is really good. They're not overly stressed. They seem far more curious than anything else, which is really nice.
It's not just the new enclosure the three must get used to. They've new neighbours as well, with golden-cheeked gibbons and siamangs on one side, and a whole host of capuchins on the other.
They have heard all of the animals, you know, making various noises. But yeah, to actually see them in the flesh will be a whole different thing. They're mostly used to jackdaws and squirrels.
The three lemurs seem to be getting comfortable in the new outside space. They'll be able to explore as much as they want in the coming days. And, hopefully, they'll eventually move back to Malagasy and learn to live in peace with the rest of the group. As the sun reappears, another primate pair are heading outside. It's just over a week since the park welcomed its newest resident, Jeffroy's marmoset, Angel. Yesterday, the 3-year-old female was cleared to be introduced to a new partner. Gizmo is of similar age and has recently undergone a vasectomy. The meeting went well, with the pair instantly hitting it off. So today, primate care staff member Steph is going to let the couple outside.
It's always really exciting to see them go outside for the first time. The number one priority when any of the animals are coming in is getting them some company. So we've done that. She's doing really well with her boyfriend. And the next step is to give her the full outside access. So really excited to see her going out.
Unlike many of the primates who arrive at the park from the pet trade, Angel has experienced the outdoors. But today's encounter with the outside world could still be quite daunting for the new marmoset.
So to make it to her outside enclosure, she does have quite a long tunnel to go through. The tunnels do also run over the walkways that our visitors can use as well, so we'll have to just keep an eye on her, make sure she's happy enough running over sort of people's heads and not too worried about crossing the path with people around. Gizmo, you know, he knows the ropes. He's been here with us for a while now, so he should be really good at showing her best way to get out and how to get back in again. And she has been sort of following him around like a little shadow, so hopefully that means that she'll be going in and out without a problem. There we go. Outside, outside.
Steph opens up to let the pair out.
Hello, Angel.
She's hoping Gizmo will show Angel the way.
going to show how it's done, Gizmo?
He's a bit nervous and takes his time
You're a good boy.
before plucking up courage and heading along the tunnel, with Angel following on behind.
Good boy, Gizmo. Show her the way.
But halfway along, the pair turn tail and head back to the safety of the main house. The whole scenario is then repeated over and over again by the nervy youngsters.
So Angel's followed Gizmo into the tunnel a few times, but he's only just been brave enough to go all the way through, which is not the sort of brave leadership I was expecting him to be showing. So she's just the other end of the tunnel, so hopefully she'll follow him soon.
After a few more attempts, Gizmo finally makes it to the outdoor enclosure. And with the encouragement of her new partner, Angel isn't far behind. The pair start to explore, with Angel never far from Gizmo's side. There's a lot for her to discover, especially the branching and wobbly hosing. She doesn't venture far from the tunnel entrance, but at least she's outside with her partner. Steph is delighted.
So Angel's finally managed to brave the great outside. Really happy. It was really sweet that she was sort of waiting for Gizmo and sort of watching him go over the tunnel back and forth a few times, came a little bit further and a little bit further. Easing her way into it step by step up the tunnel is probably the best way to go. And Gizmo has been a very attentive boyfriend. He's been coming back to check on her when she was hanging back and sort of giving her some encouragement to come outside. So seems to have gone really well.
The pair's confidence in their outdoor environment should grow over the coming weeks. Hopefully, this is just the start of a long and happy life together for Gizmo and Angel. Next time on Monkey Life. Concerns for Chimp Jester who has a lump on his jaw, having previously undergone an operation for a mass on his lip.
For it to come back and to feel like you're a bit helpless, it has been really tough for all the PCS here.
And a prickly treat of blackberries for Marmoset, Sid and Leo.